This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Sends Saporito in motion. Straight drop, Graham pumping. Double move, Derby McReynolds trying to get over there. And he does! What a recovery by Derby McReynolds!
Girard Sports Live is presented by Craw-Can Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Larid Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drugstore, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, The Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, The Market 120, and The Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Two wide receivers near side. Curran in the slot. Shitano, the wide out. Norris going to throw it up. He wants Troike over the top. He makes the catch. What a throw! He threw it in the breadbasket of Evan Troike on a rope. What a throw from the 30 down to the 20.
It's time for Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend and welcome to week number 8 of the 2018 high school football season. The Girard Trojans and the Osawatomie Trojans getting ready to hook up here in the final game of district competition as we look towards week number 9 and a chance for the Trojans to move on into the playoffs. But a lot of stuff has to happen for the Trojans to figure out exactly where they're going to be playing next week. A win will solidify themselves in the next round. But a lot of scenarios will work out. We'll talk more about those perhaps as we roll right on through here the pregame show. But the bottom line is for the Girard Trojans, they've got to take care of number one. They've got to take care of themselves. They've got to get a win here against an Osawatomie team that comes in at 0-7 on the year. They're 0-4 in district play. They know that they're going to be playing at the number 6 seed in the next round. They'll be the number 6 team coming out of districts. Means they'll play the number 6 team coming out of district number 1, which will most likely be Baxter Springs. But the Girard Trojans at 4-3, 2-2 in district competition. There are 4 teams in this district that are 2-2. Everybody's beat up on everybody else. And the Trojans are coming off a 21-13 win at Iola last week. Chandler Humble, 29 carries, 145 yards. Evan Troike was quiet in the passing game and only had no catches, only targeted one time as well. But he did have a 72-yard punt return for a touchdown in the first half that really helped the Trojans. If they don't get those points, it's a whole different ball game from that point on. And so the Trojans are going to be looking here tonight against Osawatomie to make sure they're playing really well. They've got to get the win. This can't be a foregone conclusion, and Coach Philpott talks about that a little bit later on as we roll right on through the pregame show. So scores around the area will be very important. We'll try to get to those as we roll on through the evening as well. But for the Trojans, a good matchup here against an Osawatomie team. These two teams have played 3 times in history. 2010, 2011, there was a home and home where we went up there and they came down here 65-38 in 2011. The Trojans won, Girard Trojans. 2010, Girard won 63-14, so pretty handily. And then back in 1999, my senior year, we traveled up there in the quarterfinals to take on Osawatomie, beat them 40-14 to move on to the semifinals. Osawatomie that year had an upset win over Lewisburg to advance that far in the playoffs. That's probably one of the best teams they've ever had in school history. And so here we are, week number 8 with week number 9 to be determined. Talk more about that. We'll talk to the head football coach of the Girard Trojans. We'll go back to last week, where the Trojans beat Iola. That's our highlights when we return here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And, of course, Girard Sports Live is presented by Pregame, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Pregame. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Pregame has to offer at ckt.net. We'll look back to Iola next when we return on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Pregame Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in Southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
And it will give their first down of this ball game. Parker turn, handoff again. This time it's bottled up. Ball's loose. It might be Trojan football. Never really got into the hand of batters. And I think it's going to be Trojan football. It is. Another turnover. The Trojans have been turnover-creating machines.
Recovered by Humble.
And Humble comes away with the fumble. You know how I love alliteration.
On the
Trojans going to force a punt here for Iola. Watch that fake. They'll snap it back. He'll get a foot into it. Not a bad punt. Troike back to field it at the 30. Near side return. Needs a couple blocks. He gets one. He's across the 50. He's an open running field. Got to make one guy miss the punter. At the 35-30, down the sidelines he goes. At the 20, the 15, the 5. Touchdown! Trojans! Evan Troike, 70 yards on the punt return. And the Trojans strike first, this time with special teams. Had to bring up a 3rd down and 7. 3:31 and counting in this first half. Marker under center. Send a man in motion. That's Whitney. Straight drop, look to pass, throws it over the middle. Trojans make the interception. An easy one for Evan Troike. He'll try to make one guy miss. Ooh, he made some guy miss big time, and he'll return it back all the way to the 45-yard line. See if they get one off here. Barker. Toss sweep on the right side. Ball's loose. Trojans might have it. They come sliding in there, do they?
Yes, they do.
And they do. The Trojans force the 3rd turnover of the first half. Chandler Humble comes away with it, his second fumble recovery. And the Trojans are in business now. Well, the Trojans knocking on the door. 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line here. 32 seconds to play in this first half. Norris rolling. There's that play. They'll go to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. He throws it to the back to Gage Shirtano into the end zone. He will. Norris will settle up underneath there. The fullback is Humble. The tailback is Curran. Norris will take the snap. Turn off. Chandler driving forward for the goal line. Is he in?
Yeah.
Yes, touchdown, Trojans. Chandler Humble on a 2-yard touchdown plunge. The Trojans cap off an 80-yard drive that took a ton of clock in this 3rd quarter, all the way down to 4:03 to play in it. And the Trojans lead it 19-0. 21-0 your score. Trojans leading it here over the Iowa Mustangs, but they are knocking on the door, looking at a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line, going into the end zone. Barker will get under center. Try to come to the near side. He'll fall forward into the end zone. Touchdown. On the run by the quarterback, Barker. 9-yard pickup there for batters. Brings up a 2nd down and 1. If you're Iola, if you've got that play up the seam or a play down the field, this might be a chance to take a shot. Toss sweep. There it is. Play. They got the play. He gets hit as he throws. He's got a man behind coverage, and it's into the end zone. Well, a halfback pass is that play I was just discussing. And they throw it, execute it well. The defender fell down, and it's a 43-yard. And the wide receiver, Drake Selman, got behind coverage, and a 43-yard pitch and catch on a halfback pass. Makes things real interesting right now. They'll run it, Barker will. They'll have a play, a chance to run a play in. Barker will let it fly, the left-hander lets it fly. Trojans get the interception, and there he is. A play later, Drury McReynolds goes up for the 5th turnover of the ball game, and that's how this one will end, for an interception by McReynolds. And that's how things are going to end here. Trojans are getting another win here in district play as they will move to 2-2. But man, they got all they wanted from the Iola Mustangs here in this ball game. The Trojans, though, get the win, 21-13 here.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Girard Medical Center's bariatric program has made extraordinary changes to many people's lives.
I am no longer living the life on the sideline watching everybody else enjoy those things I want to do. I am doing those things now. I am doing things that I only dreamed of doing for the longest time. I'm truly living the life I've always wanted.
Call to learn more. Girard Medical Center, caring for our community one patient at a time.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant, with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day, and of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Back out here live, Frank Jameson Field here on senior night. They're going through all those festivities down on the track right now. My partner here to my right is down there getting ready to do that. Dale Laney, the senior in that family right now, so he's doing some of those dad duties here during our pregame show. Let's take a look at your area matchups, brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the area, Girard area, since 1935. Come in and talk with Willie if you're in the need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wicks filters, Timekin bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. And the district we're watching the most is up there or down there south. Baxter Springs at Caney Valley. Caney at 2-2. Frontenac at 2-2. They're at Columbus. Frontenac needs a win to solidify their spot in the playoffs for sure. And then Galena 4-4 and Parsons, a district championship on the line. Galena 4-0 rather, and in district competition they are 8-0 on the season. Parsons is 7-1 and 3-1 in district play. The winner is the district champion, the number 1 seed. The loser is the number 2 seed, and then Frontenac, if they win, they would be the number 3 seed in that one. And then if Caney wins, they would be the number 4 seed, I believe, in in that district. That one's a little more clear-cut, although a district championship is on the line in that one. Elsewhere in this district, Anderson County is at Burlington. We need Anderson County to win to give the Trojans a chance to be the number 2 seed in the district. Iola is at Prairie View, and we were rooting for Prairie View to win that one and just take care of business and take away any chances of anything crazy happening. Obviously, the Trojans have got to take care of things tonight. Prairie View, the clear-cut and definitive district champion. But that number 2 seed, number 3 seed, number 4 seed are all up for grabs tonight in district competition. Elsewhere in different classifications, up to the SEK, Lebec County at Chanute, Coffeyville non-conference at Christ Prep, Eudora at Fort Scott 502 SEK state or SEK champions, Rose Hill at Indiana non-conference ball game, and Pittsburgh High. They're going to welcome in DeSoto. DeSoto 6-1. They would be about the number 6 team in Class 5A if they went all the way to 6. Pittsburgh is the number 4 team in Class 4A, and so a good one going over there at Hutchinson Field tonight. Jayhawk Lynn's at Riverton. Colgan is at Uniontown. And those are look at your area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper. Let's take a look at our Shot of the Week. Shot of the Week is always a good highlight for us. And it is brought to you by Kim Kravitz Photo. As Kim Kravitz Photo is a boutique photography studio specializing in high school senior pictures and sports photography. Let Kim capture your memories. Learn more at kimkravitzphoto.com or call 620-704-7474. And I want you to look at this, but if you look at that photo, and there's obviously Ty Norris running the ball, but back to your right, if you look at that, that's why I picked this photo, is Chase Bryant, I think Dixon, engaged downfield on blocks. That's something we've talked a ton about all season long, and a good shot of those guys working downfield to sustain their blocks, and we love that photo there from Kim Kravitz Photo. We'll step away, take another quick break. Still to come, we've got the interview with the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Dale Philpott. Still got your starting lineup, keys to the game, opening kickoff from Girard. It's the Trojans versus the Trojans tonight on Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
A yellow flag on your team is bad, but a yellow tag on your favorite new flooring or furniture, now that's awesome. Get to Derail Commodity for huge savings during their yellow tag inventory clearance sale. Renew the look of your home with steep discounts on all in-stock carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile flooring. Even in-stock furniture is on sale. Kick off your fall with new flooring and furniture during the yellow tag inventory clearance sale at Derail Commodity, with locations in Joplin, Butler, and Fayette, Missouri, as well as Independence and Brazelton, Kansas.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Paoni Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Paoni DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Paoni has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Paoni Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to paonidental.com.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we talk with the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. And Coach, a good win at Iola last Friday night. That's a spunky little Iola team that you thought you had down 21-0, thought they were put away, and they come fighting back and kind of made it interesting down the stretch as you kind of went back and looked at that ball game, that first half where you got a good lead, and then the second half, what were they able to do to kind of make it interesting?
Yeah, first half, we complimented each other pretty well. We were able to get a big special teams touchdown, kind of got us going. We drove the ball. fairly consistently against them at times and created some turnovers. And, weren't able to put enough on the board, I guess. And, there's an old rule that's kind of took me back a little bit, the 21-point rule, where you get up 21 and you kind of let up. And there might have been a little bit of that. Yeah. That was kind of frustrating to see, where they started doing some things, and you go back on film, we were missing lines and slanting the wrong way, and that just kept opening up the same crease, and they kind of exploited us on that, and hopefully we got that rectified this week in practice, how important those little things are. But going in, I knew, I kind of felt that they were a good team. They do some good things on offense, and we were able to create a lot of turnovers, and I think that was a big thing for us.
You're a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown from that being a 14-13 ball game, so anything but a cakewalk. In that ball game, really leaned heavy, especially in the second half, while Chandler Humble had him down for about 28 carries in the ball game, over 145 yards rushing in the game. Got to be pleased with your big fella's running attack.
Yeah, that was part of it too. I mean, we wanted to give him a few more touches. I wasn't thinking about that many maybe, but he ran hard. Our offensive line were able to kind of create some creases for him a little bit, but we kind of leaned on it. The ball was wet, kind of nasty conditions, and you just kind of gave him the ball and let him go, and hopefully we can kind of grind it out. We'd like to put a couple more on the board, but he ran with it well, and our guys did a pretty good job at times giving some holes and big factors in that game for us. Defensively,
another really good night. You forced 5 turnovers. That's 9 turnovers combined in 2 weeks. What are you doing in that aspect of things? Get after football a little bit and talk about your defense.
We've given a couple different fronts the last couple of weeks. Against Prairie View, we had a couple new fronts for them, and I think that created some problems for them, and our guys were just getting the ball and really being key sounds. I mean, they were hitting their keys, squeezing when they're supposed to, creating some turnovers on the mesh point reads and things like that. We did a good job. But our back end has been pretty solid all year. A couple plays there in that game late that didn't look like that, but we've got some guys that can go get the ball and play pretty good man coverage when they need to and be in good position. And you've seen that over the last couple of weeks on some interceptions. So it comes back down to fundamentals and reading their keys, communicating on the back end, making sure we're hitting the gaps we're supposed to, and putting us in the right position and playing fast.
Osawatomie comes in winless. They're 0-6, 0-7 coming in to this ball game, and then you've got that week number 9 with a lot of different scenarios. How do you keep your guys mentally focused where they don't kind of peek around the corner a little bit?
It's pretty easy with us, I think, this weekend. I mean, as far as the message is, we got to go win. Next week has no impact on this week right now. We've got to take care of this one first, and regardless of who we're playing and what the record is, it's in our control, and we need to go take it. So stay focused on the task at hand first, and then you don't know who you're going to play next week, so don't worry about it just yet. And then let's go play Osawatomie and get the win here on senior night and make sure we're finishing up like we're supposed to.
We'll talk about their version of the Trojans. What do they do, and what kind of has you worried a little bit tonight?
Their offensive front is a little bit different than normal, but it still gives you the keys you need to read, I think, and they can kind of try to create some unbalanced stuff with it. But like I said, going back and we're reading fundamentally keys and doing the things we're supposed to be doing from day one, I think we should be in pretty good position to make the plays we need to make. And they're not real exotic, but they've got some kids that can do some things, and if you let them, I think they can get a win. I don't think they're looking at a team that hasn't got a win yet. I'm kind of surprised because I think they're talented enough to get it. We just got to make sure we're taking care of our part, not to let it happen against us.
All right, Coach. We appreciate your time as always, and good luck against Osawatomie.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll step away, take a quick break. Still to come, we've got your starting lineups, keys of the game, opening kickoff from Girard. The Trojans versus the Trojans tonight on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Good look at the sidelines here at Frank Jameson Field. The players lined up around there, getting ready to go out for that mock coin toss. They got through all the senior night stuff, and we're getting ready to get some football going on here on this beautiful field here in week number 8. The chance to go on to week number 9. Everybody plays in week number 9, but nobody knows who they're playing for the most part. Some of them do. And Galena or Parsons, 1 and 2 up top. We do not know who the 1 and 2 are here in this district, but they will play each other. 1 will play 4, actually, from the opposite district. 2 will play 3, and that's how that'll work out. And then 5 will play 5, 6 will play 6. These districts to the north this time, number 2 district, will be the host sites for those lower games. But those two, 5 and 5 and 6 and 6, don't have any chance to go to the playoffs. 1 through 4 do. If they win, then they go to week 10, and they win, and they keep on going. And so it's kind of a win and go, and it is a playoff scenario there in week number 9. It's certainly different, but I kind of like it as we get ready to go here in this one. Let's take a look at your starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylists Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. And for the Trojans, you see those guys, it's been pretty consistent here of late, those guys up front. Now, I'm telling you, we've oversized some teams before. We definitely oversized this team. And so those boys up front, that's it. This is dinner time. If you are one of those hogs up in the trenches, a big game last week for Chandler Humble. Again, 28 carries, 145 yards for him. A big dose of number 44 would go a long way. That Trojan defense is a team, again, that's got a lot of consistency. 9 turnovers in the last 2 games. That's pretty good. They had 5 a week ago. Get after them and cause some turnovers. Have a really good chance there. Again, those guys up front can cause some problems, and make sure you protect things over the top. We didn't get starters from Osawatomie, and we will see what they put out on the field here in just a little bit as those captains do take to the field. Got some youngsters walking along the track there. Go ahead and clear that out there. And take a look at those captains getting ready to walk out there. We'll look at our keys to the game. Keys to the game brought to you by Bender on 7. The key to satisfying your appetite is a stop at Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become a Girard favorite with great daily specials. Tonight, get to the Bender and watch the game. They've got it on there. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the Friday night steak tip special. Bender on 7. Dine in or call for a pickup 620-724-4860. Dale, first of all, down there with your daughter, congratulations, senior night. Didn't come up here all misty-eyed, so I'm proud of you for that, keeping it together a little bit. But key to the game tonight for the Trojans, got to get that win.
We got to get the win. We need to go out and play our game, and we need to take care of our starters. We don't need to get up big and get a starter hurt. We need to go out and play our game and get out of here.
Yeah, that's a little close to home for you, isn't it? You go to get that final game of the season, a team you probably are going to beat pretty handily. A couple injuries will really affect the season.
Yeah, way back in '95, we were up in Iola, up 46 to something, nothing, or in there, and coach put us back in, the starters back in for one series.
And that was for sure nothing, because it didn't matter win, lose, or draw. You were in the playoffs, and well, I don't think you could lose that team, but you definitely had to get a win. You were going to get a win, and it was going to determine where you were going. So this is maybe a little bit more on the line for these guys, but get up big, let your guys get some youngsters. We have not allowed those young guys to play a whole lot because a lot of these games have been close. The Trojans also this year have been alternating wins and losses every week. So this is technically due for a loss based on the rhythm that they've been using, but hopefully they break that serve this week and get ready to go. Opening kickoff is brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece, or maybe even sign up for classes. Larrett Ceramics, 620-724-8442. Susan Harris, Mom, would you like a ceramic piece for Christmas maybe? I'll go down to Larrett Ceramics and pick you up something for Christmas. Mom's running graphics again here tonight, so appreciate her. Week number 4 or 5 with us doing that, so if it's wrong on the bottom of the screen there, it's her fault. Opening kickoff here. The Osawatomie Trojans get kicked away to the Girard Trojans, and I assume that the Trojans won the toss and elected to defer. No, Osawatomie won the toss, elected to defer. And we're ready to get things going here. In week number 8, kickoff is going to be fielded center of the field for Evan Troike. Near side return across the 30. He's got some running room and some speed. 40, 45, and finally back down inside Trojan territory at the 45-yard line. A good return for Evan Troike. That was kind of a slow coverage there from the kicking team on the kick by Anthony Persley. And then Evan just put on the Jets.
Great run by Troike right there, just kind of following his lead blocker right behind him, and across the 50 we go. Here we go.
Yeah, start at the 45-yard line. Pretty good field position to get this one started. Good chatter in the crowd down there. Norris will turn, hand off the big fella, and he is running on the first play from scrimmage. It's going to be a big carry for Humble all the way down to the 20-yard line. It's a 25-yard carry on first down and 10 for Humble. And that's a good way to start the game.
Expect nothing less, did you, BJ?
Yeah, just turn it and hand it right up the gut, right between the tackles. Again, those guys are undersized up front, just not a ton of size there in Osawatomie. And Trojans need to take advantage of that. I mean, nobody touched him, so he's about 15 yards downfield. 2 wide receivers far side. 2 men in the backfield with Curran and Humble. Turn, handoff, Creed. Creed's going to try to bounce it outside, steps up for one would-be tackler. Good gain for Creed up across the 15, down to about the 14-yard line perhaps, and a gain of about 8, maybe 9 on the play. We'll give him 8 on the run for Creed Curran. And they'll bring up a second down and 2 here for Girard. Wide receiver near side, Shirtano. Far side, Kirby. Norris, turn, handoff, Curran. Good bounce, jump step there. He'll get behind those blockers. Dixon out in front, along with Cole Cuthbertson. And another good gain up inside the 10-yard line. He'll get 5 on the carry. On the run by Curran. And the Trojans are inside goal line. I thought you missed it because you were down taking care of other duties, but our picture of the game, it was a nice run by Norris, but it was because the guys in the background, the offensive linemen, were downfield blocking. It was a good example of it there with Dixon, and something they've slowly progressed on throughout the season. First and goal for Girard at the 9-yard line. Norris, snap, turn, handoff, Humble. Good cut again, and down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. It's a run of 5 yards for Chandler Humble. The 5th play of this drive, 10-12 to play in the opening quarter. First drive of the ball game. The Trojans knock it on the door. Just getting a huge push up front. Here we go. Second down and goal from the 4. Turn, handoff, Curran. Second guy through on the counter in the backfield. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. And that was some quick work there. A 4-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran. And the Trojans on the board. 6-0, 9:47 to play. On a 5-play, 45-yard drive. And we'll kick the PAT.
For the extra point.
Snaps back to Norris, holds down, kick is on the way, and that is the best kick, but it goes wide right. Man, P-Flat got a hold of that one, but still getting the angle, and it'll be 6-0 will remain your score here on the opening drive. Trojans score. We'll take a first break of the ball game. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Well, how about another crack at it? Coming late, we missed the penalty. There apparently was a penalty on that point after attempt, so the Trojans got another chance at it. And we'll get two out of the deal on a run by Curran. So 2-point conversion on the point after by Creed Curran. And makes it 8-0, 9:47 to play in this first quarter. And Dale will keep it here, but that first drive, man, dominant.
Right up front, our offensive line, like you talked about earlier, ran right square over the defensive line, and that's exactly what we need to do. And I don't look for us to change it up. Why go to the air? Why get anybody hurt? Just hand it off to the big man. And
if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Let's move forward.
And Creed had some nice cuts there following those blocks, and so you can you feel pretty good. You start to feel a little froggy when you have a drive like that against a team. And guy can't get too high, can't get too low, but got to make sure you still take care of business. But the Trojans do get the lead, 8-0 on that drive. 45 yards, capped off on that 4-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran.
For Girard.
And Wade Boatman going to kick it away from the 40. Back deep to receive is Blake Green in the center of the field. He'll kick it away, a little wobbly kick. It'll be fielded at the 19-yard line, near side return. This guy's got some speed. Cuts back against the green, and he is stood up and brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a 11-yard return on the tackle by Colton Kirby along with Wes Jahay, and those guys will stop him there, and that's where Osawatomie will start their drive at their own 32-yard line. Here with 9:40 to play in the opening quarter.
Got to be careful here. Osawatomie has nothing to lose. You got to look deep in that bag of tricks at times and see what they're going to pull out.
They'll stand a quarterback back there. It is number 8, Boyd Cole. He'll run the option far side. Ball's loose. And easy fielding there as it just hit him in the hand and a slide catch and a fumble on the first play from scrimmage. I think gathered up by Wes Jahay perhaps, or maybe Caden Lallman. Those two were over there. Caden comes away with it, and that's not a great way to start a game. And that is the 10th fumble in 2 games and 3 minutes that the Trojans have picked up in the last 3 weeks.
Good pursuit there. I think we had him boxed in. Jahay coming upfield. Lallman filling the underneath. I think we had him bottled up with just a bad pitch.
He wasn't really under duress either. Just pitched it out there, and so the Trojans will start at the Osawatomie 30-yard line here with 9:32 to play in this opening quarter. Turn, handoff, Humble. That time missed maybe the cut to the outside, but
Humble with the carry.
Chandler just going to rumble his way in there and a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. They'll put it right there, 5-yard pickup, and it'll bring up second down and 5.
Osawatomie Trojans in on that tackle.
Second down and 5, 9:11 to play. Trojans will come too wide to the near side. The slot's Curran. The tail wide out is Kirby. Single to the far side is Shirtano. Just to the right of Norris is Humble. Straight drop. Lets it fly. Shirtano. Oh, right between his hands. That's a rare drop by Gage. It got on him. That was a great ball. I was looking right down the barrel on that thing, and that was really well thrown by Ty Norris. Got some good zip on it. Just went through the hands of Shirtano.
Rare miss, like you said, by Shirtano. Usually pretty sure-handed. Looks the ball in, and I think he was so wide open, he was just looking at the end zone.
Yeah, there was nobody around him. Nobody near him. And that's the kind of play you run on 2nd and 5 because you feel pretty confident you're going to be able to get the first down. You're in 4-down territory anyway. Why not? Norris, straight drop again. Same look at it, this time underneath to Kirby. Kirby makes a catch up across the 11. Is where he's brought down just shy of the 10-yard line, and that's a 10-yard pickup for Colton Kirby. And it will be a first down for the Trojans. Up to the 11-yard line here, 8:42 and counting into this first quarter. Trojans lead at 8-0. They took the opening drive down the field. First play from scrimmage for Osawatomie. They cough it up. The Trojans trying to make work of it here. Same formation. Norris in that pistol. Turn, handoff. Nope, going to keep it. Good cut. Good read by Ty. He cuts back against the grain. Across the 10. Makes a little stutter step. Slides inside down to the 5-yard line. That's a really nice run by Ty Norris. It's going to be a gain of about 10 on the run by Ty Norris. He's going to be just shy of the 5. It's going to be enough for a first down. And a gain of about 9 on the carry.
From the 5.
And it'll bring up a first down and goal from the 5-yard line. Sitting right there, we'll say 10-yard carry. 8:08 clock, still running. 2 men in the backfield. Turn, handoff, Creed. Creed gets back against the grain, bounces off one would-be tackler. Breaking tackles, Creed Curran down to the 1-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there for Curran. And he was stopped in the backfield. They just couldn't bring him down.
Good hard run there by Creed Curran. Made the stop, or made the stutter step, got hit in the backfield and still ran through it. Good job.
Shitano checks out. Colton Kirby checks out. We go heavy. Down inside, they bring Caden Harrison there at that tight end, and this is a wishbone formation. Bring Derby McReynolds in, rather. So Derby in the backfield with Creed Curran, then a fullback is Humble. Turn, handoff, Derby. Back against the grain, working for it to the goal line, and he's going to be held short. And it'll bring up a third down on the run by Derby McReynolds.
Just outside the goal line.
This will bring up the 8th play of this drive. Trojans have held it all but 8 seconds of this first quarter. Now approaching 5 minutes into it. Tied in near side is Harrison. They'll stay in that wishbone formation. Turn, handoff. Curran into the end zone. Touchdown. Creed Curran, his second score of the ball game. And Creed picks it up here. A 1-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran. And the Trojans are going to try a point after attempt.
You got to practice them.
No, you don't. Wade had good contact on that last one. Just went wide right. He'll get another crack at this one. That one's got, again, really good contact. He's up and in. Wade, nice kick there. And the Trojans lead it 15-0. 6:50 to play. In the opening quarter, we're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Trojans go 8 plays, 30 yards. Take advantage of an Osawatomie fumble and cap it off at a 1-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran with 6:50 to play in this first quarter. The Trojans have already kind of taking control of this ball game. Osawatomie fumbled it on their first play from scrimmage. They'll get it back here. Boatman to kick it away. That was going to go a little wobbly again. Going to be fielded by that same guy on the far side. That is Braden Bradshaw. Bradshaw's going to be brought down up near shy the 35-yard line, down to about the 33, and that's where Osawatomie will start at their own 33-yard line. Here with 6:43 to play in this first quarter. Well, that first play Osawatomie had, we haven't seen much from them offensively, obviously, but it was executed until the pitch.
Yeah, the blocking was there, everything was there, just a bad pitch, so we'll see what they come out with here.
Quarterback is Boyd Cole, 6'1", 187, a junior. He'll send a man in motion from right to left, turn, hand up the middle. Nope, going to keep it himself. Good read. Man, he fooled me. And that's an 11, maybe 12-yard run there by Cole. And that was what got him. He really held that in there and then rode it up in the hole and fooled me. He fooled you? Or were you on it?
Yeah, I was on it. Defensive tackles they just got blocked outside. You got to stay home.
And 4-man front, left to right for the Trojans. D. Weidman, Joseph Dixon, Chase Bryant, Carter Doherty. Send a man in motion again. Full turn, handoff. Second guy through, he is hit and brought down. Carter Doherty, one hand got a hold of him, then Chase Bryant came in to help along with it. One of those guys just got him by one hand and stopped him in his tracks. It's going to be no gain on the play to bring up second down and 10.
Nice job by Carter Doherty there, standing his man up, seeing where the ball's at, and just grabbing hold of him. Big man, able to do that.
Carter on that one, he just doesn't know his own strength and shoved the guy down after the play a little bit and then thought, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know I was going to do that. My apologies. So we've got the number 24. Is that the running back's number? Aaron Goalie to the right there of the quarterback, Cole. He'll run that option out there, get the pitch to Goalie. And he is off to the right. Another good run there for Goalie, a 5'9", 165-pound running back. And another big run, about 11 yards there on the run by Goalie. And it will bring up a 1st and 10 now inside Trojan territory up to the 44-yard line. We've got some big pickups here on this drive, a run of 12 and another run of 12. Snap back to Cole, turn, he's hit, but he pulls it out. Good read there by Cole, and he's going to fall forward, a gain of about 10 yards, and the Trojans are kind of taking advantage of it. Good read by the quarterback.
Great read by the quarterback. Boy, we're just getting sealed to the outside. That's where that quarterback's going to pull it every time. They're kind of letting our tackle come through, and they're pulling it and going right around the outside of the end.
Maybe a touch too aggressive, perhaps. You have some success on offense. These same guys play both ways for the most part. You think you're going to dominate, so you start kind of being a little overzealous and overrunning plays, and Osawatomie so far is taking advantage of it. Send a man in motion, fake the hand, Cole rolling on his near side, looks down the field. He's got his man open on the flat at the 30, cuts back against the 25. He is wrapped up and brought down by Colton Kirby along with Wes J.A., but up across the 25 up to the 26 is another 12-yard gain, this time through the air on the pitch and catch.
Osawatomie's doing a great job of getting to our second level. They're getting up to our outside linebackers and really interfering where we can't come run the alley where we need to be.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. That wingback is Kyle Oliver, 5'11", 150, and a senior. Turn handoff this time to the running back. That's Goalie, and Goalie's going to pick up a couple on 1st down and 10. And bring up 3 yards, in fact, for Goalie.
15, and
it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Now, talking with Coach, you heard him there in the pregame show that he was surprised that this team is winless. He just thought that they looked like a little bit better team. He only had 2 games to watch of them on film, but felt like they were a decent 0-7 team, whatever that means. Turn, handoff on that wingback coming back against the grain. He is bottled up and brought down. Carter Doherty again. A nice hard tackle as he wraps up Oliver. No gain on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Nice job by Carter Doherty staying home right there. They faked the pitch away, trying to get that outside or that defensive end to chase, and Carter Doherty does a nice job staying home.
They give him 1 on the play, brings up 3rd down and 6. 3:32 to play in this first quarter. Trojans lead at 15-0. Trojans show blitz. Get toward there. Cole try to get a hold of him. He goes in. Caden Lolleman. Caden was coming on that blitz. He slid through there. Helped out by Joseph Dixon. Those guys get a big play on defense on 3rd down and 6. They back him up all the way near the 30-yard line to bring up 4th down and about 15.
Both between the 1st and 2nd quarter.
4th and 15.
By our tiny tots. And then we'll have
that's going to be a loss of 9 on the play. And they'll bring up that 4th and 15 at 2:56 in play. And they're going to spread it out. 3 wide receivers near side. 1 to the far side. Cole, shotgun set. Roll to the near side. Look downfield. He's under duress. He'll flip it out there. Trojans try to get underneath for Goalie. Goalie's going to be short of a 1st down, but I believe he gets knocked out of downs. Is he close? Boy,
I think it's close.
Closer than I thought. I thought he got knocked out down here, closer to the 20. I was going to say he got near the 15-yard line, but he's going to be short by 1 yard. And it's a 14-yard pitch and catch
for
the completion to Goalie. They were running 9 plays there. They were able to get some positive yardage, just couldn't finish off and turn it over on downs at the Trojan 15-yard line. And that's where Trojans will take over here. 2:35 to play in the opening quarter. High formation. Norris, turn, handoff, Humble. He'll fall forward after contact was made at the goal line. He'll fall forward for about 4 yards, and it's 2nd down and 6.
Holes are opening up. Trojan offensive line is doing their job tonight. They're opening up. Linebackers are just slipping through there. Just 1 more level to go.
This is the Worst starting field position they've had of the ball game. Have a 2nd down and 6 now. Pistol set. Turn, handoff again, Humble. And it is going to be a gain of 1 on the play for Chandler Humble. And they've settled in a little bit here defensively here on this drive. And coming down to make that play for Osawatomie, number 58, Colby Jones, 6'4", 254. Pretty good-looking kid there as a junior for Jones. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and a long 5. Pistol Norris looks downfield, throws it underneath. He airmails it over the top of Colton Kirby. And we'll have probably a punt here for the Trojans. And unable to take advantage of that turnover on downs. That just wasn't a very good ball.
Yeah, Kirby had settled in right in between the free safety and the linebackers. He was there. It was just airmailed just a little bit high.
So a punt here for Caden Lolleman, who stands with his feet at his own 5-yard line. Osawatomie, if nothing else, were able to flip the field a little bit. Snap back to Lolleman, and a little pressure comes off the right side of his foot, and it's going to take a little bit of a Trojan roll. If anybody touches that, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, good job. Gage Scherzano lets that thing roll inside the 4. That's where Osawatomie is going to start at the 47-yard line with 1:15 to play in this first quarter. Hear those girls down there low, those young kids. Dale, you had the right idea earlier. You're going to try to get a shot of them.
I was going to try to, but we got a little time now. We'll pan down and look at them.
If you're wondering why it's so loud out there.
There we go. All right, back to ball we go.
Osawatomie gets it with the punt. Cole going to lower his shoulder. Not a bad little player. And Cole, the ball goes loose from Cole and goes out of bounds. Like I say, he was down by contact after a gain of about 3 yards. And it'll be 2nd down and about 7 yards here for Osawatomie, just inside Trojan territory. They kind of run an unbalanced set where they've got 2 guards to tackle and a tight end to one side, and then a guard and a tackle to the other side, or guard and tight end rather to the other side. And so you'll see that tight end near side is eligible. That guy here over the top of Carter Doherty. Snaps back to Cole. Look downfield. He's going to let one fly. And intercepted by Creed Curran. They're going to say he makes the catch at the 21-yard line. Really well played by Creed. A nice job to get his feet down in bounds, and the Trojans get their 2nd turnover of the ball game.
Nice job. He turned his hips just in time. He was reading the receiver's eyes. When the receiver eyes got big and hands started coming up, that's when he turned around, picked the ball off at the highest point. Good job.
Yeah, they just decided to chuck that ball down there. And it's an interception. The 2nd turnover of the ball game. Trojans again will have the ball back, see if they can take advantage of this opportunity here as they'll start at their own 21 with 23.9 seconds to play in this first quarter. Option near side. Norris cuts up inside, cuts back against the grain, still on his feet, hits hard, still stays on his feet across the 35, all the way down to the 39-yard line. What a run that time by Ty Norris from the 21 up to the 44-yard line.
Once again, the offensive line right there is Boatman blocking the whole way up for him. So
18-yard run by Ty Norris.
Please stay put for your entertainment between the 1st and 2nd quarter.
And 5 seconds to play. They don't need to necessarily run another play, and they won't. Trojans lead at 15-0 after 1 quarter. We've got 1 in the books. We'll see what happens when we return after this first quarter break. You're watching it on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Girard Trojans lead at 15-0 over the Osawatomie Trojans here in game number 8. They lead at 15-0. Trojans looking for an opportunity. We've talked a lot about this, Dale, prognosticating where we're going to be next week and how things are going to work. The Trojans, I think if all things stay the way we think it will, like the most likely scenario is if Anderson County is a wild card, if they can beat Burlington. Now, Burlington got healthy a little bit, so we'll see if that matters, but if Anderson County beats Burlington, we're here next week against Frontenac.
Yeah, we need to take care of our business first, and we need to get our 21 points just to make sure of it. But you always hate to have to worry about someone else taking care of business.
Yeah, you want to have control of your own destiny, but that's not the case here.
Over $1,800.
And so
he helps out as a substitute, been around a long time. Let's give him a big hand.
It'll be 15-0 as the Trojans start this second
quarter.
quarter.
Thank you all so much for your help.
Ty Norris started this drive with a 18-yard run. Here comes play number 2. Here 1st and 10 from the 44. 39. Turn, handoff, and that is stopped hard. Not a lot of people have done that to the Trojans there. It was a hard hit. Creed Curran, nothing doing. Lucky to maybe get back to line of scrimmage. Hard tackle there by number 57 for them, Caden Fields. That's a freshman, 6'3", 228. 57's a freshman. Is 57 out there? Yeah, he's a linebacker right there in the middle of the field.
Good looking
Sign
kid.
him up. 2nd down and 10. Norris pistol.
2nd and 10.
No drop, just turn, handover. Shirtano, nice catch. Gage going to spun forward near a first down. He's going to be just a little bit short, maybe a 1 yard short. Bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans on the 9-yard pickup to Gage Shirtano.
Gully and Oliver with the stop for Osawatomie.
I don't believe we've seen Evan Troike in on offense yet in this ball game. He's standing over there next to coach, ready to go at any time.
Back to the wishbone set again.
Trojans will go heavy. Derby McReynolds will come in. It'll be Curran and McReynolds, the fullback. He is humble. Turn handoff Creed. He saw some opening to the edge. Didn't quite get out there. Got a little stumbled up, and Creed's going to be short of that first down. That's one you got to – it's going to be close. We'll see where they mark it on the spot, and they're going to give him enough, I believe. It's going to be across. Yep, that should be a first down. That stick is sitting right at the 49. That ball's across the 49.
First down,
White Hat does give it to him. And so a 1 yard pickup there by Creed Curran. Got to be careful with that cutting outside when you know it's 3rd and short.
A little bit of miscommunication up front. There shouldn't, with that heavy set, they bring in an extra lineman. Probably shouldn't have had someone in the backfield right off the bat on the snap.
2 wide receivers far side. Troike's the wide out. The slot is Shirtano. Tied in near side is Harrison. High formation. Norris turn, handoff, Humble. Bounces off the first tackle. Stiff arm at the 40. And down to the 36-yard line, maybe 37.
About 12
and that's a 12-yard pickup there by Chandler Humble.
Caden Fields.
Got that little stiff arm going. We got into that second level.
Did, and then that number 57, the freshman that you were talking about, wraps him up, and Humble just says, get off me. Runs right through him.
No thanks. 2 wide receivers far side, same 2 guys, Shirtano and Troike inside out, I formation. They'll play action. They'll stop and go. Norris lets it fly. It's a little wobbly. Troike's got to play defense, and he'll come underneath it, and that thing gets cut underneath. The defender had good position on it. That's their wide receiver, kind of wing back, number 22, Kyle Oliver, and that just came out of the hand of Ty Norris. Not very good.
Shouldn't be wet. The field I went down earlier on it, it's not damp or wetted anyway, so he just must have slipped out.
It's been the wettest fall that I can ever remember. And I've talked to some old-timers who have said it's definitely the wettest they can remember. Some of them can't remember very far back, but that's beside the point.
Great year to have turf.
No kidding. 9:45 to play in this first half. Trojans lead at 15-0. Norris, play action again. That little dump pass over the top from Creed Curran. He makes the catch, and he's going to be ripped down for a gain of about 6 yards. And I don't care if the Trojans never run that play again, as that is all but dangerous right there. And it's going to be a gain of 6, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
It's got pick 6 all over it.
It does. And it will bring up a 3rd and 4, though. They got some positive yards out here, 9:16 to play. Norris going to pass on 3rd and 4. Roll out, looking downfield. He's got a guy deep in Creed. Creed makes it go. He just in and out of his hands. And Creed, the deadly sin of a wide receiver is think touchdown before that ball comes in. That's the second time we've seen that tonight from a Girard wide receiver. He knew he had a touchdown or a chance for one, and that was a really well-thrown ball by Ty Norris, but it's going to be incomplete to bring up 4th down and 4.
Wide open was just the underneath route. Chitano, there was no one around him at all. But once again, that nicely thrown ball and just slipped through the hands.
Yeah, both guys were open on each level of that play, and that's always a good thing to have options. Stops the clock with 9:07 to play. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 near side is Troike. They're going to pass again on 4th down. He'll let it fly, and they saw that on that last play to run that exact same thing, just couldn't complete it. Trojans maybe go to the well too many times on the pass plays. They ran 3 straight passes, and 3 straight passes, the only one of them was completed. And that is maybe getting a little too overzealous there when your run plays were of 18 yards, 9 yards, 12 yards. Nothing wrong with running the football. 1st down and 10 here for the Trojans. They'll turn it over, for the, that's right, Trojans. Osawatomie Trojans. And it will be their football at their own 33-yard line, on 32, 33. Send a man in motion. Cole, option, near side, kick it. And he'll get it out for Gurley, and then Wes J.A. comes underneath. And you see that right there, and that's what the option's good for. It gets Caden Lallman in no man's land. And what does he do? And Caden kind of stays on the quarterback and allows him to pitch that football. And it's not his fault. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why it's a good offense to run. So a run there for Gurley, picks up about 5.
Assignment football. Everyone's got their assignment, and it's got to be done if it's going to be stopped.
2nd down and 5 here for Osawatomie. 3 wide receivers near side to the shallow side. Ball is loose. Penalty down. All heck's broke loose. And it's going to be a illegal procedure against Osawatomie. And that'll back them up about 5 yards.
Couldn't quite tell. Was he trying to hand that off when he fumbled it, or?
I think so. Yeah, I think it hit somebody and got knocked out of his hands. 8:22 to play, first half. Trojans lead at 15-0. They've taken advantage of a couple of turnovers. Or taken advantage of 1 turnover. They scored on their opening drive as well in this ball game. They've caused 2 turnovers defensively in this ball game. Cole, roll, pressure comes, throws it underneath, incomplete. Pass intended underneath for Braden Bradshaw. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 here for Osawatomie.
Like a 3rd down and almost 10.
Just trying to run that little flat route out there and unable to connect. Stops the clock with 7:57 to play. Last thing we need is a bunch of teams trying to pass the ball and throw incompletes. Makes things drag on a little bit, Dale.
Slows her down.
1 wide receiver to the far side. 3 to the near side. They run trips to the shallow side of the field. Empty backfield for Cole. He'll roll this way. He'll throw it underneath. Intercepted by Caden Lallman. He's got a chance. Cuts back against the grain. And it will be a 3rd turnover and an interception by Caden Lallman, returned up to the 27-yard line, and the Trojans turn him over again.
Perfectly played. Linebacker just dropped right back in his little curl hook right there, and Osawatomie overlooked him.
Caden all over that one. Caden's going to look at this film, and he's going to look and go, why didn't I stay going right? If he had kept going right to the wide side, there was nobody over there. And he would have been able to outrun their defense, or at that point the defense. And the Trojans will back in business here with 7:49 to play in this opening half. Norris, option right side, cuts it against the grain at the 20, still on his feet up near the 15-yard line. He'll be down to the 16 as the Trojans start that drive. That's an 11-yard run for Ty Norris.
Stopped by number 11, Cyrus Kitchen.
And another good pickup on first down. He started the last drive with an 18-yard run. This time Norris picks up 11. And the Trojans have first down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Maybe 16-yard line. 17-yard line, rather. I'll find it eventually. Norris under center. Option. Reads it again. Cuts against the grain. Again. Trips over the defender. 65 is going to get that tackle. And he just happened to be laying on the ground right there where Ty Norris had it. I've got a few of those tackles on my record, I'm sure.
Never hurts to be in the right place at the right time.
Another quarterback keeper there. Pick up a 4 for Ty to bring up a second down and 6 along 5 here. 7:04 to play in this first half. 2 wide receivers far side. That full house backfield. Nope. They split the wide receivers out there. Curran stands behind Norris. Option this time. They will kick it. Creed, penalty flag. And it'll be all for naught as Creed is ripped out of bounds. It'll be a touchdown, but I think it's going to be a hold. Probably on somebody who was back in the backfield. I don't know who got that hold.
Holding against Girard.
I think it's going to be called on Chase Bryant. His guy had beat him around the corner, and he just threw him down, and they're going to call that every time.
Yeah, I think they may have brought that blitz on that side and had to pick it up. Maybe weren't quite ready for it, and so it'll be a holding penalty. That'll cost the Trojans a touchdown there. They'll go back to the 25-yard line, and it'll bring up second down and about 17, maybe 18 yards here for the Trojans. 6:45 to play and counting now here in this first half of football. Trojans scored on their opening drive, then they took advantage of a fumble. Osawatomie 3 first-half turnovers. Trojans have caused 12 turnovers in the last 3 games. Norris will step back now as they'll shift out of that under center position. Ty, turn, handoff, Curran. And it's put up. And that all rests on the wide receiver to be able to get down there. Chitano unable to get down and get his man sealed. And if you don't do that, that's what happens. The result of that one, no gain on the run by Curran.
Used to call that a crackback block. You know, we used to, if he was inside the hashes, you could always crack him. And I think they've kind of cut down on that where you can't hit a blindsided defender anymore. So
yeah, you can't do that. And I think that defender's so tight, it's a long way for Gage to go to get to him anyway. Something you got to recognize. Trojans going to spread them out. 5 wide here. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Philpott. Didn't see what he liked there, and he's looking at a third and about 18. 5:40 to play in the first half. Trojans lead at 15-0. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
.540 to play here in the first half. Girard Trojans staring down the barrel of a third and about 17. They've had it down to the 16, 17-yard line, and a holding penalty has backed them up. It's a 2-down territory, I think, anyways, here for the Trojans. So you don't need to get it all here, just get half of it. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Straight drop, Norris, plenty of time, lets it fly over the top. He wants Troike, and Troike makes the third drop pass of this ball game by 3 different Trojan receivers. And that was put right in the breadbasket again. All 3 of them have been very good ball throws by Ty Norris and just not caught by the Trojan wide receivers. And that was another touchdown twice on this drive. One was brought back on a hold. That was another touchdown the Trojans had. I'd say run that play again because he was more than beat on this near side. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 near side again. They'll run it to the other side. Now it's stopped by a whistle. This is the drive that would never end. And it's going to be a legal procedure against the Trojans. False starter to back them up. Another 5. Hey, how about instead of 4th and 17, we make it 4th and 22.
This is not the kind of game we need to play going into playoffs. We need to come out, look a little bit sharper, and finish drives.
Well, let's see the difference between the first drive and the last couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 passes and 2 runs in the last 2 drives and last 7 plays. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Humble, there's a run, and he'll have a big running room. They get the draw up the middle. Chandler's going to be held short, and it'll be down to about the 15-yard line, but it's not going to be enough. That's a 17-yard run by Chandler, but they need it. Would have been perfect on the last one before they got the penalty. But it's a run by Chandler Humble. It's 17 yards. It's not going to be enough. It'll turn them over on downs. Good thing is the Trojan defense has been pretty stout, and they've caused turnovers here in this ball game. And Osawatomie will have it there at the Trojan, or at their own 15-yard line here with 5:06 to play. Cole will be under center. Turn, handoff Gurley up the middle. And he's going to fall forward for a gain of about 4. Oh, that's not Gurley. That's Oliver, I believe. Bradshaw, rather, on the run.
Pick up the 5 yards on that play.
And Bradshaw picks it up. 4:44 to play here in the first half. Trojans need to stop. They need another score here before halftime. Trojans have had a tendency to take the foot off the gas, too. We saw it a week ago when they were up 21-0. Pulls it. Good read by Cole. Pressure comes. West J. Says no, sir. Around the edge. It's going to be a gain of about 2, maybe 3.
Stopped by Jay Hay.
On the run. They'll give him 3 yards on the run by the quarterback, Cole. And they'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 here for Osawatomie.
Burlington's quarterback comes up just a little bit lame. I wonder, got a little leg tweak there or something. We'll see how he responds.
3rd down and
under
3.
4 minutes to play now in this first half. Cole will be under center here on 3rd and 3. Turn, handoff. He's got the first down across the 20. And still on his feet. And he's going to fall forward across there. That's a nice run of about 6 or 7 yards.
Number 26, Braden Bradshaw.
On the run by Bradshaw, his second big run. We'll give him 7 yards on the play.
On the stop.
The Trojans just didn't finish that one. They had him bottled up, and then everybody else thought they had him tackled, and he picked up a couple extra ones. But he goes off the field a little banged up as Bradshaw on that far side, and so he's got 11 yards on 2 carries on this drive and out of the ball game. 3:46 now and counting here in this first half. Girard leads at 15-0. Osawatomie with a 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line. One to the near side, one to the far side. Wing to the near side as well. And in the backfield's Gurley. Ball's loose, still loose, still loose. And going to be brought down. Finally going to stay with Osawatomie.
Will recover.
And that's the wing running into the quarterback and knocking the ball loose. And that's of their own doing on that particular play. And it's going to be a loss of 6. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 16.
Dixon and Weidman for Girard.
And so 2nd down and 16 here with 3 minutes to play. Trojans need to take advantage here. Wide receiver far side, one near side. Gurley right to the right of Cole. He'll turn, quarterback keeper, rolling near side, lets it fly. Wants it, man, he had it into his man. We got a case of the dropsies for both teams here tonight. That was intended for Christian Aiden, 6'1", 180-pound senior. And it falls incomplete. We'll look and see how many completed passes. It's going to be interesting stat at halftime. Not very many. Stops the clock with 2:48 as well. 3rd down and 16. Again, Trojans need to stop. They've got 2 timeouts remaining in the ballgame. Osawatomie's got all 3 of theirs. Turn, handoff, nothing doing.
Quarterback keeps on that one.
And he'll fall forward for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. It'll bring a 4th down in a punting situation here for Osawatomie.
Nice job by Weidman and, let's see, Bryant up there. Weidman stayed home, just collapsed it down. Bryant stood him up and finished him off.
2:24. We've not seen them execute a punt thus far, I don't believe.
I don't think they're going to now.
Well, he did say that, too. He said they'd go for it on 4th down a ton. And that may lead to that 0-7. They're going to just run the quick kick. He'll get a hold of it with the quarterback, Cole.
Number 2, Carson.
Troike's going to have a chance to return this one from the 39.
Fielded by Troike.
41, rather. Stops, and he's got some blockers out in front of him now. He goes the other direction, down the 40. Cuts back against the green at the 30. He'll stutter step on him loose. What a run there all the way back, and it's a touchdown. Penalty flags down here, and that's a bad call. If that's a block in the back, I watched it happen by Wes Jahay, and he did not walk into the back, but I think this is going to negate another great run back by Evan Troike at about the 41-yard line. And so what was going to be a 59-yard punt return for a touchdown.
They're not going to call him a block in the back. They're going to defense or a crackback block, a blindside block. What a horrible call.
He didn't even hit him that hard. I'm telling you, I watched that happen because I could see it coming. I saw everything coming back against the grain. And Coach is talking, just wanting an explanation, but that is I watched it happen. And he actually came away from it, and there wasn't a flag for a little while because I was watching that as well. And Coach is going, what in the world? It's not a very good call.
Yeah, that official. Anyways.
I've been less critical of the official since the official last week told me they watch these things.
He can watch it all he wants. If he would, and I'm on that area when Troike brings the ball up there. Man, I'm looking through a 2x2 square, and I can see that wasn't a crackback blindside block, so. Anyways.
They basically saw that it was a reverse direction of the field, and those often happen there. But it's a tough break for the Trojans. That's a personal foul as well, so it's all the way back to the 28-yard line. And so, minute 44 to play. Trojans still have a chance to go down and get some points here. Ty Norris going to run it to the far side. Now back again, still on his feet. Just bumping, bounce all the way out beyond the 30, and got a little bit out of that. Going to go out of bounds as well, I believe, and stop the clock. No, they keep it winding. And so it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, maybe 3 yards on the play by Ty Norris. And they bring up a second down and 6.
Here we go to the hurry-up offense here, but Coach going to be content to...
Well, this thing certainly started with a little momentum, and it has come to a grinding halt since that opening drive, and the drive they took advantage of the fumble on a short field. Ball's loose. That's a real good way to have things go to a grinding halt. Loss of 2 on the play, on the fumble.
And a timeout on the field for Girard.
And it will take a timeout for Girard, 59 seconds. Timeout, we'll take it. Trojans see what they have drawn up for the final minute of here. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
59.7 seconds to play here in the first half of this one. GN Bank halftime show. Come your way in just a little bit. We'll have your Kennard Eye Care Eye on the game. We'll have your Market 120 scoring update. Some interesting scores to pass along to you that we're monitoring here. We'll have that coming up here on the GM Bank halftime show. Trojans 59 seconds, 1 timeout remaining. Norris will throw it underneath. He's got Troike up to about the first down marker. They'll stop the clock as they move the chains, or at least look at the chains. Completion of about 6 yards on the pass to Evan Troike. Trojans just needed to get a first down. They will. And so be ready to run the play here with 53 seconds to play. They'll wind the clock as soon as the ball is set for play, and they will. Humble in the backfield just to the left of Norris. Rolling near side. Sets his feet, lets it fly. He wants Curran. Curran, still no catch. That's good defended. It was in two defenders right there. And I'm not sure if it bounced off the defender or just bounced off his hand.
I think it hit his shoulder pad.
Well, he turned like 3 times coming down this way, and I think he was expecting that being on his outside shoulder, and Ty threw it to the inside shoulder, so he had to turn around and come back to it. That's a tough one. There have been plenty of drop balls today. I'm not going to criticize Creed too much on that one. 39.8 seconds to play. Second down and 10 now from the 38-yard line. 2 wide receivers near side. Inside out's Curran to Troike. Shitano split to the far side. Norris throws underneath. He's got Evan. Block coming. You can't touch him. Be careful. Coming to the near side. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Trojans. And he had a 59-yard punt return called back. How about a 62-yard touchdown pitch and catch for Evan Troike. And the Trojans lead it 21-0 with 26.7 seconds to play in the first half. I was watching Chandler Humble on that one come back, and I'm like, you can't touch him. That's what I was saying when I said that, is you don't hit him. Don't hit him, Chandler. Don't even breathe on him.
Yep. Put one hand on him, and he just got his hands away.
Yep. 62 yards, snaps back, holds down, kick on the way, and it is good, and we've got a streak for Wade Boatman. He is 2 out of 3 and hit his last 2 from PATs, 22 seconds to play, 26.7 seconds to play in the first half. We're back. We'll wrap up this first half and we'll return on the on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Trojans, 5 plays, 72 yards on that drive. Capped off on a 62-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Ty Norris to Evan Troike. That was about a 9-yard pass, and he did the rest on the ground. The other 53 is all Evan Troike. He'll kick this one on the ground. It'll swim it back and field it at the 25-yard line. Far side return. And Chandler Humble, goodness gracious.
That might be a candidate for one of our awards there.
Absolutely. Man, Chandler just made him pay for it. And he will get our Bradshaw Collision Repair hit of the game. If the deer ends up hitting or tackling your car like Chandler Humble just tackled that return man this fall, take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back at the game. Call 620-724-7300. Trojans of Osawatomie this time will be 1st and 10 from their own 25. They just want to avoid the catastrophic meltdown here, a mistake. Turn handoff Gurley, and he'll fall forward. And it will be probably, if I was them, the final play of this first half. 5-6-yard run by Gurley.
And J.K.
And they will let it run out as they will run one play.
Girard Trojans 22, Osawatomie.
And that's where we sit right now, 22-0. Trojans get a late first half touchdown to give themselves a little breathing room going into the halftime break. We'll talk more about it as we recap that first half on the Canard Eye Care Eye on the Game. We have your halftime stats and a look around the area as well. All that and still to come here on the GM Bank Halftime Show, formerly Girard National Bank. New name, but still providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. We'll talk about it next when we return on the GN Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Take a look there at the Trojan dance team. Cancer awareness activities going out there. And a nice little dance being put together there for the Trojan dance squad. Trojan men lead it right now 22-53 here over the Osawatomie Trojans. And the Trojans of Girard, opening drive of this first half, get on a score, and we'll talk about it here as we take a look at our Canara Eye Care Eye on the Game, brought to you by Canara Eye Care. Thanks to the support for their community, Canara Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Canara Eye Care is the clear choice. Make your appointment by calling 620-235-1737. If you want it, the reason I don't leave it on that deal, because last time I just played a little bit of the song, YouTube shuts it down. They won't let you do it. And couldn't download our game or anything like that because we were playing their music over the top. And I'm hoping by me talking over it, we don't have to go do something with the song that's in the background right now. But the Trojans right now do lead it up Girard 22-0 here at the halftime break. Girard will get the ball. So Osawatomie will have the ball coming out of the locker room most likely. Trojans will take their first drive 5 plays, 45 yards. They would have really good field position on a good return. And they would have it punched in for the first time tonight on a 4-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran. And
great performance by the
Creed would punch it in. 2-point conversion would be good as well. We go to break. We think it was over on the PAT miss. But then the Trojans get another crack at it because of a penalty. And so Creed Curran goes in for 2 on a run, and at 9:47 to play in the first quarter, Trojans led it 8-0. Osawatomie's first play from scrimmage, a fumble. 9:32, they had it for 8 seconds. Trojans get it, and they go 8 plays, 30 yards. That's where they fell on top of that football, is where they started their drive. 8 plays, 30 yards. This time capped off on a 1-yard touchdown run again by Creed Curran, his second of the ball game. Point after attempt was good by Wade Boatman. 6:50 to play. Trojans lead 15-0. When things start to stall just a little bit, Osawatomie start their own 33. They had their best drive of the ball game, their second possession, as they go 9 plays, but eventually turn it over on downs at the Girard 15 with 2:35 to play in the first quarter. Trojans get it back, 3 and out, have to punt it away. Osawatomie gets it back. They go 2 plays. On the second one, it's intercepted. Their second turnover of the first half. And that was with 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. Trojans started their own 21. They would run it into the second quarter. They'd go 9 plays, but have a first down and 10, and then have 3 incomplete passes, a 6-yard run, and turn it over on downs with 9:01 to play in the first half. Osawatomie get it back. They go 2 plays and an interception.
Band director, Mr. Willie Beatty.
And so they had their third turnover of
the 2018
the first half with 7:49 to play in the second quarter. Trojans would get it back. They would have their second turnover on downs as they would go 5 plays, but they had a holding penalty that brought back a touchdown. They also had a touchdown catch by Evan Troike that went through his hands. And the Trojans turn it over on downs with 5:06. Osawatomie gets it back at their own 15-yard line. And they go 5 plays. They lost a lot of yards on a sack fumble. And they eventually punt it away on a quick kick. All kinds of candy being delivered up here. They punt it away on a quick kick, and the Trojans get it back. Girard does at their own 28-yard line. with 1:44 to play. And actually, on that punt, it was returned for a touchdown by Evan Troike. It was returned 59 yards, but it was called back on a questionable crackback block penalty. So instead of a 59-yard punt return, Evan decides he'll have a 62-yard touchdown reception with 27 seconds to play in the first half. Trojans led it 22-0 after a good PAT by Wade Boatman. I said he had missed one. He did, but it got wiped away with the penalties, so he's 2 for 2 on the night, kicking PATs. Osawatomie would run one play, and that was the end of the first half. We'll step away, take another quick break. We come back, and we'll have your halftime stats and get you some halftime scores. All that and still more to come here on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kennard Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennard Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Back here on the GM Bank Halftime Show, the Girard Trojans and the Osawatomie Trojans. Girard leads at 22-0 here at the halftime break. Dale, let's take a look at some halftime scores from around the area. Halftime scoring update brought to you by our good friends there at the Market 120. We'll take a second look to see who's all looking good around the area with this halftime scoring update. You'll look great, too, when you walk out of the Market 120, where you never have a bad hair day. A full-service salon. To schedule your appointment, call 316-650-6680. Look around the area scores. Dale.
You caught me off guard real quick here. I was looking for the Anderson County-Burlington game because that's the game that means everything to us. But I was sitting there looking.
Well, you got Caney Valley 17, Baxter Springs 0 is the one that we were watching there, too. You got to be ready. You got to be on your toes, man. I thought you read those scores there sitting there. And just always be ready. You never know what I'm going to do for you.
That's for sure.
Marmonton Valley 22 over Chatopa. Frontenac 21-0 over Columbus. Last update I heard from Pittsburgh, 28-21 over DeSoto. Good one there in the second quarter. And, yeah, if you've got that score, text it to one of us if you know about Anderson County and Burlington. We'll keep hustling to try to find that one. Lebec County 24-0 over Chanute. That's a score we have on that one. The rest of these are getting kind of old. But the ones we really like to see, Galena Parsons. Galena was all over Parsons. Last update we had in that one. What was that update you heard on that one? from next door.
21-8.
Yeah, Galena was taking care of business, and then we want to know that Anderson County Burlington score, so we'll look around that here in this halftime break. We may not know before we get off the air where we're going to be next week. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website and all that stuff. Be listening to our friends there at ESPN 100.7 as they'll break down these districts as well, I'm sure, coming up on Monday. But we don't know. We're thinking the scenarios could be one of a few things. If the Trojans win and Anderson County wins and the Trojans be the number 2 seed, they'd probably be hosting Frontenac, because if Frontenac beats Columbus, which they're handling them, they should be the number 3 seed. If the Trojans win and Burlington wins, then they may be the 3 seed. We may be at Frontenac. Or we might be the number 4 seed and be at Galena, depending on some point totals. And then if the Trojans win and Burlington wins, we may be that number 3 seed as well, depending, again, on point totals. There's all kinds of things. Trojans can end up 2, 3, or 4, depending on how things go here tonight. And hopefully we'll have some updates. Maybe we'll have some finals. We may not know, and if we do, we'll let you know. But if we don't, be following us on Facebook as well. We'll take another break. We'll come back, take a look at your halftime stats. All that more still to come here on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
A yellow flag on your team is bad, but a yellow tag on your favorite new flooring or furniture, now that's awesome. Get to Derail Commodity for huge savings during their yellow tag inventory clearance sale. Renew the look of your home with steep discounts on all in-stock carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile flooring. Even in-stock furniture is on sale. Kick off your fall with new flooring and furniture during the yellow tag inventory clearance sale at Derail Commodity, with locations in Joplin, Butler, and Fayette, Missouri, as well as Independence and Brazelton, Kansas.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Back here on the GM Bank Halftime Show, BJ Harris, Dale Sharman, Susan Harris here at halftime of this with the Girard Trojans on top of the Osawatomie Trojans, 22-0. Here to take a look at your halftime stats. Halftime stats are brought to you by Evans Motors. Let Nate Reddy get the number that's right for your budget when you buy your next car, truck, van, or SUV. Getting people on the road since 1935. Evans Motors has been the trusted choice for generations. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh or shop their online showroom at evansmotors.net. And take a look at this one. Chandler Humble, 8 carries, 67 yards. Creed Curran, 7 carries for 23 yards and 2 scores. He's also got 1 catch for 6 yards. Ty Norris, 6 carries, 56 yards. Ty, in that first half, had 12 pass attempts, and he was 4 for 12. That's not a great percentage, but boy, what a 62-yard catch. 5 for 12. 62-yard catch will do for you about 93 yards on 5 completions, and that 62-yard catch, so 5 of 12 for 93 yards. Evan Troike had 68 yards receiving on 2 catches. Colton Kirby with 10 yards. Gage Shirtano with 9 yards. Derby McReynolds had 1 carry for 0 yards in that first half for the Trojans. But the number one score that matters is 22-0. We did get an update that we don't like that much. Last update, and this comes from not directly kpreps.com, but I get confirmation from the two guys, one that runs kpreps.com, the other one runs at Sports in Kansas, that these two dudes don't know, nobody knows. And they both say 22-0, Burlington leading at the half there over Anderson County, so that's not ideal for what we want to do and have a home game next week. But the Trojans doing their part so far. We'll step away, take another break. We'll come back and get you ready for second half action here from Girard. The Trojans of Girard lead the Trojans of Osawatomie 22-0 at halftime.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
Goes up right where you bought the tickets on the north side. Congratulations.
Back here on the GM Bank halftime show, the Girard Trojans right now lead it by that score you see at the bottom of your screen, 22-0. Here as we get ready to go into the third quarter of action. And we'll try to put our numbers together here through that second half. Again, Girard just needs to keep taking care of business here and see where things kind of wrap up. We start getting into point situations because there'll be numerous teams at 3-2. And the Trojans may be looking at going on the road in week number 9. But they want to win here and be playing well. You talked about a little bit there, Dale, in that first half. You don't want to be playing sloppy when you're looking to go into what is essentially the playoffs.
That's right. We need to take care of business. Osawatomie's lucky this isn't a 46-0 ball game right now. We've had 2 touchdowns called back. We've dropped multiple passes. Some of them maybe, just a little bit over anxious to catch the ball and get into the end zone. But we need to go out and take care of business. We had 3 penalties in a row right there. Went to for 4th and 36 or whatever it got out there to.
Long way. So, it was enough to be a 17-yard run on 4th down and not be a first down. Right. I know that. You don't see that very often. And so here we go into the second half of this one. The Girard Trojans leading at 22-0. There's worse places to be for sure as we get going into this one. And they've been offensively pretty predictable as Osawatomie, but they've been effective at times as well. They've had a couple of good drives, but those 3 first-half turnovers, killers for them. And here we go, second half kickoff, just like the first, brought to you by our friends at Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Buy your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece. Give them a call, 620-724-8442. Trojan will kick it off, come near side. He is hit and brought down. Good night. I wish I hadn't given away that big hit already.
Same guy.
Same dude. And he just drove the ball carrier. And I can tell you, number 1's not going to want to return very much. Chandler not being very nice.
Humble with the tackle.
Supposed to be polite to guests. No, not the case. And so that's where this thing will start here for Osawatomie, as they will start at their own 25-yard line here with 11:54 to play in this third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 25. Wide receiver near side. They with a kind of overloaded side. Just a guard to the left and a tight end that way. Turn, handoff. Gurley hit by Caden Lallman initially and then helped out by Wes Jahay and friends, and it's a gain of about 3 yards, 4 yards. We'll give him 4
by several of the Trojans
on a carry, and bring up a second down at 6 here for Osawatomie.
Nice job by the Trojans filling the gaps by our linebackers.
Second down and 4, just shy of the 30-yard line. Boyd Cole settle under center. Turn, handoff again, Gurley. Again, Caden, same play, same result. It's this time only going to be a gain of a yard and a half or so.
Gully again with the carry.
And Gully will be stopped for a gain of about a yard and a half. And it'll bring up a third down and 4 here for Osawatomie. That's the exact same play and the exact two guys running into each other. You watch that, it looks like carbon copies, except for the Trojans this time held him to just a yard and a half. Here we go, big third down early in the second half of this ball game. Wide receiver near side, one to the far side. Wing near side, one man in the backfield with Boyd. That's Oliver. Ball loose. Weidman's got it. It hit it in. Big man's dream, and he'll take it to the house on the fumble return for the touchdown for D. Weidman. Christmas came early for the big fella, and he takes it to the house of the Trojans, lead it 28-0.
He just said, "Give me that ball. I'm going to the house."
Yeah, he didn't hesitate the least either. He knew what to do with that football when it came in his hands. And that is a lineman's dream.
Don't jinx him.
And the Trojans kick the point after. Wade up and no good. First miss of the night officially for Wade Boat, but the Trojans get a fumble return that never hit the ground for D. Weidman. They lead it 28-0. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
10:34 to play here in this second half, in this third quarter rather, and the Trojans get a gift on the second play, no third play from scrimmage, a fumble. They just got bobbled by the quarterback. Their fumbles have not been like caused fumbles. They caused them themselves a little bit. That time it just bobbled, and D. Weidman was in the backfield already and hit him in the hands, and he took it to the house about 30 yards on a return, on a fumble return. This is going to be kicked to the corner. Number 1, he'll have to go over there and get it. And Green off to the far side. He's going to be bottled up and brought down. Not much of a return, maybe 4 yards on that return for Green, and this is going to be inside the 10.
He is lucky Chandler Humble missed him because he comes flying in there like a missile.
That's the 4th turnover of the ball game for Osawatomie. They've had 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Osawatomie going to start with the ball at their own 6-yard line. Here with 10:27 to play in the third quarter. 28-0 your score. Trojans of Girard in control. Cole will settle under center. Turn, handoff, goalie going to pull it himself. He'll kick that long pitch and going to be bottled up. And what a tackle by Wes J. The one-handed tackle. It's going to be a minimal gain on the play of maybe a yard. That was actually the ball set at the 9-yard line, not the 6. But what a tackle by Wes in open field.
Nicely done. He comes flying up there, and it's hard to stop. Excuse me, the running back changed directions, and J.A. just grabbed him up and took him down.
Cyrus Kitchen, 5'7", 140, the running back on that play, that wing back. He'll get it again coming to the inside. He didn't carry much in the first half. He maybe had one carry, and he will carry it up to about the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 4 on the play, bring up third down and 5.
Nice play there by Osawatomie. They fake the toss and then just wrap it back around. It's kind of a counter play coming back the other way.
With that wing, number 11, Kitchen. And to bring up a third down and short 5 here for Osawatomie. Wide receiver near side, one to the far side. All over the backfield. Turn, ball loose again. Good night, sweetheart. That is rough. Caden Lallman's second fumble return of the ball, fumble recovery rather of the ball game. And that's irritating as a coach, I'm sure. And that's another one. It's not caused by anybody. He's just not handling the football. And Lallman comes away with it.
Trojans go heavy again.
9:05 to play in this third quarter. Trojans get another fumble. deep inside Osawatomie territory. Ball is at about the 13-yard line. Norris, turn, handoff, Curran, heading the backfield, brought down, maybe get back to line of scrimmage.
Nice defensive stop in there by number 66.
As it will start there with a no gain on the play, bring up a 2nd down and 10. Second down. They give him maybe a half a yard on that play. They'll officially put it at 2nd and 9, but not much more than that. Troike to the near side, Shirtano to the far side. I formation, fullback Hummel, tailback Curran. Norris under center. Turn. Hand it off. Humble up the middle. Rumbling forward. Touchdown, Trojans. It's a 13-yard touchdown run by Chandler Humble, and finally the big boy gets paid off tonight. This time he takes it in for 13 yards, and the Trojans add to the lead. It's 34-0.
Looks like we're going to line up and go for 2 here.
Go for 2. They'll snap it back to Norris. He'll roll that little wing, their little pass to the flat. It has been, I think that thing's worked every time.
Yeah, I think it has.
And it works there again. The 2 points good. And the Trojans lead at 36-0, 8:21. Less than 4 minutes into the second half, and the Trojans have added 2 more touchdowns. And they lead it 36-0. 8:21 to play in the third. You're watching it on Girard Sports Live.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Trojans lead at 36-0, 8:21 to play here in this third quarter. They've taken advantage of 2 fumbles by Osawatomie, their 5th turnover of the ball game as well. This one's going to be kicked to the near sideline. That young man's got to let that ball go out of bounds there. But it would have been up to the 40, I believe, and instead it's going to stay right there at the 32-yard line. And the Trojans of Osawatomie will start right there at the 32. And that run by Humble, that's vintage.
That is vintage. He saw the end zone, and guess what? No one's going to stop him. He made one cut, got upfield. Nice run.
Parsons 8.
They will start at their own 32-yard line. 8:19 to play in this third quarter. First down and 10. Turn, handoff. Lallman meets him in the hole. Caden's going to be close to double-digit tackles by the end of this night. That's going to be a gain of 3 yards on the run. And they'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 here for Osawatomie.
By number 33, Sutter Conrad.
New running back carry the ball first time tonight for
the Trojans in on the stop.
Osawatomie. So number 9. Number 33, or not 3, not 9, 33. And that was Sutter Conrad. He'll be the tailback here with Cole behind him. Toss sweep near side. And Conrad going to run hard up across the 40. Conrad in this ball game, he's a freshman, 5'10", 181. You know, they've got
Jay Hay, the original
12 or 13 freshmen on this one. I've seen 2. This Conrad kid's not too bad at running back. They're just trying to give him a change of pace here. He's got a 3-yard carry and then about a 6-yard carry. 5-yard carry. Up to the 40. Blitz showing from Lallman. He'll slide through, pull it out. Jay Hay coming to the near side. It'll be a first down for Cole. The first down of the second half for Osawatomie. It's a 4-yard gain and a good read there by Cole that time.
Yeah, he just pulled it, and he saw the inside linebacker stunting, so pulled it. Around the end he goes, and nice tackle by Jay Hay there. He doesn't make that tackle. He's still running.
First down and 10 right at the 45-yard line. Turn handoff again. Conrad broke through the first would-be tackle, but Humble's there, and it'll be a gain of 1 on the carry for Conrad. And it'll bring up a second down and 9 here for Osawatomie. Trying to find out more scores, or at least that one score, see if it's updated. We need Anderson County to have a big second half. Down by 22. Cole under center. Toss sweep, near side. Conrad trying to bounce it outside. Breaks off a couple of would-be tacklers. Going to fall forward. Kirby stood him up. But it's another good run for him of 6 yards on the run by Conrad.
Tackle made by
and his first carries of the ball game have all been positive runs at least. He's got 15 yards carrying on this first drive for him. 5:44 to play third quarter. Girard leads it 36-0 over Osawatomie. Here in what might be the final home game of the regular season at least. Cole, that handoff inside. Trojans blow it up. Nice play down inside for the Trojans. Getting there in a hurry. Deontay Short. 5'10", 253, a senior on senior night, making a big play there in the backfield.
That's that same play we were talking about earlier where he fakes the toss sweep and hands it back underneath, and Deontay right there to wrap him up.
And so a loss of about 3 on the play. We'll back him up, bring a 4th down and 6 now with 5:04 and counting in the third quarter. Wide receiver far side, 1 to the near side. Wing back Oliver here to the near side, and Cole will be under center on 4th and 6. Turn, fake that end around, little bootleg pass throw underneath, and it's going to be incomplete.
Quarterback throws.
It wasn't, even catches it. It wasn't going to be enough, and Wes J. ran right through that wide receiver and kind of gets bent in half as Oliver. And
intended for number 22.
He's about had enough.
Oliver.
And so it'll be
Wes J.
and turnover on downs with 4:43 to play here at the 49-yard line inside Osawatomie territory. And with 4:43 to play, Trojans lead it 36-0. They're getting the ball back. Here in this one, in this third quarter. 2 wide receivers far side. Shirtano inside, outside Troike. Tight end near side is Harrison. I formation, fullback Humble, tailback Curran. Norris, toss sweep, near side, short side, Curran. Cross near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards on first down 10. Bring up a second down and 6.
Nice run there by Curran. Got upfield, put his foot in the ground, got upfield and got the yards that he needed. Just one backside block we needed to really break that open.
It'll bring up a second down and 6 officially for Reed Curran as he gets it up to the 45-yard line. Same formation, but this time, same wide receivers on the far side. This time they'll go to a pistol with Humble to the right. They'll run option. Norris fake the pitch, cuts across the 45, backside going forward up near the 43.
Norris fakes the pitch.
And it'll be a gain of 2 on the play on the run by Norris.
To the right side.
And it'll bring up a third down and 4.
Stop by number 11, Cyrus Kitchen, as well as number 58, Colby Jones.
46 to play. Trojans have not had a ton of games where they just ran away with things. They've made some things interesting at times this year, and they've also came back in a couple ball games that maybe looked like they were getting away. That Columbus game rings to mind, and they're most separation they've had all season long. Norris roll to his right side, look downfield, lets it fly. He's got the man underneath for Troike, out of bounds. He'll go beyond the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there for Evan Troike. They say they don't give him any forward progress on that catch, and so it's a gain of about 8 yards, maybe 9 yards on the play. Across the 35 is where the ball sits there on the pass to Troike, and they will move the chains. Will the Trojans on 3rd and 4. That was a well-run play. The time Troike breaks off his man, he was wide open. Good ball by Ty, and first down and 10. Turn. Curran breaks the first tackle, then just dives forward. Not much there. Maybe a yard on the run by Creed. And we're under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Pitt State homecoming tomorrow. Trojans, or the Gorillas. I call the Gorillas the Trojans almost every Saturday at least once. But Gorillas welcome in the Mules of Central Missouri for homecoming. Parade at 9 o'clock downtown Pittsburgh, and then game at 2. Look forward to that. 2 wide receivers near side. Norris lets it fly. Underneath again, this time Shirtano, and Gage will fall for it. He may have the first down. He may have fought enough for that first down. It's going to be close. They're going to say maybe just enough for that first down. Yes, it's a 10-yard pickup there on the pass to Shirtano.
And Kyle Oliver again in on that tackle.
And he goes out of bounds, so they're going to say he stayed in bounds. They'll wind that clock just beyond the 25 to the 24-yard line. 2:15 and counting in the third quarter. Trojans trying to add to their lead. Norris up under center. Turn. Going to keep it himself, trying to follow the lead block of Humble, and he fumbles it. Loose ball. And we'll see how this one works out.
Like
the Trojans.
Fumbled there. Girard back on it.
They're going to give Tyler, they're going to say he jumped on top of it and ended up with a 1-yard gain. Got to take care of that football. Bringing up the 7th play of this drive that started just inside Osawatomie territory at the 49. 2 wide receivers far side. 2 men in the backfield. And they'll flip Humble from right to left and back to the right. A little confusion there perhaps. 7 seconds on the play clock. Norris, option, kick out. He's got the kick to Creed across the 20. He'll put on the Jets up near the 15-yard line. It's a nice run on second down and
originally there by number 3.
9. Trojans pick up about 8 yards on the carry on the run from Creed Kern. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Trojans bring in that heavy set again, bringing in 1 lineman and then an extra running back.
3rd down and 2. Yeah, the tight end on the far side is Chase Bryant. He kind of kicks out that way. No, he's a tackle actually on that side. They'll put the overload on the near side. Turn, handoff, nope, keep it. Norris, he's going to pitch that ball. Yep, outside. He'll get it, and he'll get the first down. A little schoolyard play there from Ty Norris. As his pitch man, Derby McReynolds, had stayed where he needed to be. And it's going to be enough for a first down on 3rd and 3, a little shenanigans. And it's going to be a gain of about 6 yards on 3rd down and 3.
Pitch relationship so key. BJ, we talked about, 4 games ago, 5 games ago?
Yep.
And that's the exact reason why we need him there.
Yep, just had him tied up around his feet, and he just pitched it out there, kind of scooped it to McReynolds. And a first down for the Trojans. 1st down and 10, just shy of the 10 at the 11-yard line. Ty, turn, handoff. McReynolds this time. He'll spin forward up across the 10.
Number 3, Derby McReynolds.
And that'll probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be a gain of 1 for McReynolds. After 3, the Trojans lead it 36-0 here over the Osawatomie Trojans in week number 8 of this fast-moving 2018 season. We'll see what the final quarter has in store. When we return, you're watching on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126. It's time for our anniversary sale. D-Rail Commodity Flooring and Furniture is celebrating over 50 years in business. From humble beginnings 50 years ago, HMS Enterprises has grown to 16 stores. With our buying power, we can offer you the best in truckload savings with some carpet styles starting at $7.20 a square yard. Save big in September with these amazing anniversary sale special prices on carpet, LVT, remnants, furniture, and more. Register to win a $500 shopping spree in-store.
36-0. Trojans of Girard lead it over Osawatomie. Here as we head into the 4th quarter of play. Girard knocking on the door. They'll have it 2nd down and about 9 from the 10-yard line, so they can technically still get a first down here on this one. No more updates from up there, up north. Burlington halftime scores. They start the second half still leading 22-0. Trojans Turn, boy, a lot of contact at the mesh point. Somehow it ends up in the hands of Chandler Humble. They got back there in a hurry. That's that freshman we've talked a ton about for them in 57, Caden Fields.
Chandler Humble.
And I would sign that kid up immediately. I'd take him.
Bring up third
Ends up being a 3-yard pickup by Humble. It should have been nothing probably. And it will be a third down and about 6 here for the Trojans.
Trojan offensive line needs to block their stunts right there. They've just got them walked up on top of us.
Pistol here for Norris. Going to pass it. Lets it fly. Underneath, he's got his man into the end zone. Touchdown. Evan Troike.
Touchdown.
Evan Troike, a touchdown on 7 yards. And the Trojans have added to their lead. They lead at 42-0 with 11:06 to play on a running clock here in the fourth quarter. And that was just an easy slant, just right underneath the defender. And a nice ball again by Ty Norris. And a point after attempt, snaps back, holds up, holds good, kicks on its way, and it's good for Wade Bowman. And the Trojans have added to their lead. They lead at 43-0 here over Osawatomie in this fourth quarter. We're back with more when we return. You're watching it on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
They don't stop it. 43-0. Mercy rule in effect here in this one, as the Trojans will be kicking it away to the Trojans. Back deep to receive for Osawatomie is Blake Green. He's number 1. He's had plenty of number 44. He probably should be wearing 45 as much 44 has been in him here on kickoff coverage. He'll kick it short. He's thrilled that he didn't catch that ball at the 18-yard line. Middle return, good run there up across the 29 near the 30-yard line and buried by Colton Kirby along with Wes Jayhay. And that's where Osawatomie will start with this ball game in the hands of the Girard Trojans. Osawatomie will have it at their own 30-yard line. Again, running clock here now. I don't know what that rule is, over 40 maybe. I don't know what the rule is in football. I've got that thing memorized in basketball. I know that. Don't see a ton of them in football, fortunately. Even more fortunate is I don't think I've ever been on the other end of it. Here's Cole under center, turn, handoff up the middle again for Conrad, who's come in and done a pretty good job.
Conrad with the carry.
And he'll have a gain of about 3
yards on the play.
On that carry. Again, we're not sure where we're going to be next week. It's looking more and more like either at Frontenac or at Galena. I guess those are probably our 2 options. I may be completely wrong. I sat down and really thought about it and looked at everything, tried to figure it out, and I just must not be smart enough. Pass, little try to throw it over the top, and I'm not sure what this guy's doing. They're going to call pass interference against the Trojans. Pretty good contact downfield. And it may be on Cole Davis for the Trojans. Got a little mismatch there on this linebacker, and Osawatomie's going to get a free first down. Not sure if Osawatomie, they do have a first down. I guess they had a pretty good drive in the last time they touched the football. Ended up turning it on over on downs. And a pass interference gives them a first down up across the 45 to the 48-yard line. One to the far side, one to the near side. Cole under center. Trojans creep up, handoff, Conrad, good run there, and he is hit and brought down. They probably should have started the game with this kid. And he'll be across midfield and a gain of about 5 yards on first down and 10. They'll bring up a second down and 5. give him 6 on it. Bring up 2nd down and 4. Ish. Is there an ish button on there? No. 6:46 and counting. Clock running. Again, running clock here in this 4th quarter with the Trojans leading at 43-0 over Osawatomie. Turn, roll, right side, looking downfield. Cole lets it fly. His wide receiver fell down. Lost his footing out there. And it's a tough break there for them. They had the best look they've had all night. They caught a couple of those young corners or backup corners, secondary guys, maybe a little off guard. But his intended receiver on that one was number 2, Anthony Persley, and he fell down. Six minutes to play in this one. Cole under center. One man in the backfield's Conrad. They'll toss it to him. Far side, trying to stretch it out there. Pressure coming. Wes Jahay. And the Trojans track him down. Wes going to be playing sideline to sideline until they pull him out of there, and that may take a lot to get him out of the ball game. It'll be a run of about 3 yards to bring up a 4th down and long 2. Crowd stick around a little bit. 4th down and a long 2 yards here on this one. Trojans show blitz with Lallman. He'll sneak up there. They try a little dump pass. It was nearly intercepted, nearly picked up by Wes, and he was going the other direction with it. Swats it out. It turns it over on downs.
1st down and 10 for the Trojans of Girard.
Defense has been pretty stout in this district competition. Even against Prairie View, one of their losses, Burlington, they take away the first half of a game against Burlington, and the Trojans, this is entirely different. Wes beating himself up about it, but gosh darn, dude. He was in on about every tackle tonight and turned it over on downs. His grandpa brought us some candy too, so don't be too upset, Wes. It'll be 1st down and 10 and a legal substitution.
Now, they have done that all year long against us. Broke the huddle with 12, and we do it once.
Look at, he's saying the exact, like literally, it's like you're lip reading.
Oh, man.
He's saying the same thing. They'll back him up 5, and it's running clock in the 4th quarter. That's one you might just not blow, but. You always say play the game, not the score. Officiate the game, not the score, I guess. Under 4 minutes to play now here. Trojans will have it at their own 40 now. Turn, handoff near side. Creed bouncing off one, still on his feet across the 45 up near midfield. He'll stiff arm, go out of bounds, be ripped down well out of bounds. And it's going to be a nice gain for Creed of about 16 yards.
44.
On the run by Curran.
Number 82, Ethan Ramsey runs him out of bounds.
Trojans have all their starters, most of their starters still out there.
You got Lallman at quarterback, and that's...
Yep, everybody else is staying in there. Ty will get a break. And Caden Lallman get his snaps under center. Caden turn, hand it off, fullback, rumble, and he crossed the 40 up near the 38-yard line. And it'll be a 6-yard carry on the run by Humble.
Cameron Cody.
And they bring up a 2nd down and 4 here for the Trojans. 2:52 and counting in this 4th quarter. Again, follow us on Facebook. Make sure you find out there, and we'll as soon as we know, we'll let you know where we'll be. It'll be tonight. I'll probably put something up there once I know. Foes show. 43-0 Trojans lead it. 2 wide receivers near side. Lallman will go under center. Turn, handoff, ball, loose. Humble never had any idea that he had that football.
No.
The Trojans, Caden was wanting him to that football, and the Trojans fumbled away. Their first real big miscue of the ball game.
Recovered by number 44 for Osawatomie.
Here comes our JV defense.
So the youngsters will get out there. There's a Sharman boy out there.
There is a Sharman boy, number 51.
2:04 to play here in this. Trojans have their first turnover of the night. Osawatomie will try to run a few plays here probably in the final 2 minutes, and we'll start the Evans Motors postgame show. Come back, recap this one, look at your final numbers and more. See what those youngsters can do up front. Toss sweep, Conrad. They better be ready to tackle because this kid can run, and he is a hard runner. A penalty flag to come in, probably going to be a holding penalty.
Penalty marker on the play.
There against Osawatomie. Both flags, both guys saw it. And that's the initial indication there by that side judge, line judge, holding.
You get a couple penalties, and that game's over because it doesn't stop during the penalty or anything. So
these guys up front, 74, Eli Tucker. Also in there, 57, Riley Peak. Gabe Shireman up front, far side D in for him. Linebacker in there, Mason Hubner. Caden Lallman gets to stay in at linebacker. Caden's started as a freshman linebacker, so he's with this class of boys. He's just got a little bit more varsity experience probably, so it's his group. Shirtano's in it defensively as well for the Trojans. Play a ton. There's a run off the right side, not much, and this is probably the final play of this first half. Derby McReynolds in here at corner. He plays and starts there as well, so him and Caden are the only two starters, I believe, out there. Turn, handoff up the middle, Conrad, and it'll be bottled up. Not much doing. Those youngsters got out there and did what they needed to do. 3 plays, and it'll be it for this one, I believe. Osawatomie may hustle on, try to run one more, perhaps with 7 seconds to play. 6-5, Royson. Oh gosh, are they going to get it off? Nope. Just didn't get it off. That was the most excitement you'll ever find in a 43-0 game with the clock running down. And that's how this one ends. 43-0. Trojans roll. They finish this regular season at 5-3 on the year, 3-2 in district competition, and we await the results of some other contests to find out where we will be in week number 9 next Thursday night, by the way. Don't forget that. It's Thursday night game for the Trojans. In fact, all of 3A, I believe, plays on Thursday. All of this district does. And that's where we'll be. Next week we'll figure out that, but it will be on Thursday night. Trojans win at 43-0. We'll come back and talk about it here on the Evans Motors postgame show. We'll talk to head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, as well. All that and more to come here on the Evans Motors postgame show. Evans Motors helping get people on the road since 1935. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh, see Nate ready for a test drive, and let them find you the vehicle that is right for you. Or check out their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Trojans win it here 43-0 over Osawatomie. We'll talk about it next on the Evans Motors postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
Back out here on the Evans Motors postgame show. Those guys just ran through a big thing down there, and now everybody's going to get to say hi and hugs and happy about this one. 43-0, the Trojans win it over the Osawatomie Trojans here on the Evans Motors postgame show, and the Trojans do move to 5-3 on the year, 3-2 in district competition. Again, we wait to see how things shape up here in this other games, but not looking good. Last update we had there from Burlington and Anderson County. Burlington led 22-0 at halftime, but the Trojans in this one dominant throughout most of the contest. There's a little lull there in the second quarter, but other than that, the Trojans have more than taken care of business in this one. They take the opening drive down the field, punch it in, and a heavy dose of the run. Trojans led at 8-0 with 9:47 to play in the first quarter. Force a fumble in the first play by Osawatomie, and the Trojans take advantage of that. March it down the field, 8 plays, 30 yards, and 6:50 to play in the second quarter. They led 15-0. They force a turnover on downs by Osawatomie on the next possession. Then the Trojans punt. Osawatomie turns it over for the second time in the first quarter. Girard gets it back late in the first quarter. They march it down the field, but they end up having to turn it over on downs. Back to Osawatomie, 2 plays and then an interception, their third turnover of the first half. Trojans get it back. Another turnover on downs after a holding penalty stalls out that drive. Osawatomie gets it back, probably their best drive of the first half, but they eventually punt it away to Evan Troike. He takes it to the house, 59 yards for a touchdown, but it's called back on a questionable crackback block, and the Trojans get the ball at their own 28-yard line. It didn't matter because 4 plays later, Evan Troike's catching a 62-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Ty Norris to him, and at 27 seconds to play in the first half, the Trojans led at 22-0. 22-0 is what we would stand at halftime, and then the Trojans could have started the second half any better. Osawatomie gets the ball at their own 25-yard line. They go 2 plays, and then a fumble that never even hits the turf. D. Weidman gets a gift. I said Christmas comes early for D, and he takes it to the house. Never had any doubt. I was saying he was probably 10 yards down the field before he even realized what happened, and then thought, well, why am I running the football in the other direction? And he had the touchdown, 28-0. Osawatomie gets it back, a fumble, their 5th turnover of the ball game. Trojans make quick work of that one, and a 13-yard touchdown run by Chandler Humble made it 36-0, 8:21 to play. They force another turnover on downs, and then Osawatomie gives it back to the Trojans. Trojans score one more time, and at that point, the clock got running in the fourth quarter and led it 43-0. That was our final. That's a look at your recap. We'll step away, take another timeout. We'll come back, we'll look at your final stats. We'll talk to the head football coach of the Girard Trojans. All that and more still to come here on the Evans Motors postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Back here on the Evans Motors post-game show, the Girard Trojans win at 43-0 over the Osawatomie Trojans. Joining us now, the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. And, Coach, a good win for your team. His interviews brought to you by our friends there at Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And we talked to the pregame coach about this is a come in and a workmanlike attitude you got to have. Get business done. Make sure you at least take care of your part of things, regardless of how things are going to go tonight. And it felt like really from the word go, that opening drive, you guys set the tone and did just that.
Yeah, we were able to kind of get off to a good start. We lost the toss, but I contemplated maybe taking the ball anyways if we'd won it and trying to get us up early. And we got it. I mean, we got the ball anyways, and we were able to go drive down and score. And I think it gives our guys some confidence. And then, their defense or their offense was able to move us a little bit the first drive, and we kind of settled in and were able to make some stops and get off the field.
Well, I think I figured out 9. That's 14 turnovers in the last 3 games by your defense. That's
a good average.
Pretty good way to win. Yeah,
you should win some ball games like that, and we've been able, the teams have kind of put them on the ground a little bit, but we've had bodies there getting there, and that's a tribute to our guys hustling and trying to get to the ball, and good things happen when you're hustling and doing that. So we've got some guys in the back end that can make some plays, but a lot of tonight were just balls on the ground and fumbles, and like I said, we had guys getting there, and that usually leads to good things.
No, D didn't have any questions about what he's supposed to do with that ball. Maybe running back in the future.
He's already brought it up. It was pretty quick. I don't know if he's there yet, but he looked good. I'm glad he finished, and it was we finally got him. I told him you finally squeezed like you're supposed to, and good things happen. And then he got one right in his lap, and did, like you said, knew exactly what to do with it. So it's good to see.
Everybody, all offensive linemen want to be quarterbacks and running backs. It's funny how no quarterbacks want to be offensive linemen.
Yeah, it's funny how that should be a rule. They should try it out once.
They should. You ever play any offensive line? You played some D tackle.
Played some tight end, played some D end, but never true offensive line.
So the Trojans get the win here in this one, and now we wait. We try to figure out how things. That's kind of weird, probably for you guys, and how you figure out. We're going to know before we go to bed tonight, really where you're going. But it's a myriad of places.
Yeah, it could. I told our guys before the game, it doesn't matter. You can't think about next week because there's too many variables in the equation. All we know is we're going to play somebody in 8 minutes, and we got to go take care of that. And we did. We got that step out of the way, and now we know we're playing. I think we'll be in the playoffs. I hope that we did enough there to get in, but we'll see who we play and go play the next game.
That's right. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time as always. Congratulations on a good win and back-to-back wins for the first time this year. That feels good.
Yes, it does. I mean, put a complete game. I thought our guys complement each other. Our defense got some turnovers, and we were able to drive down and score. And we haven't done that very well all year either. And so if that's an upward trend, we'll be in good shape.
All right. We appreciate your time as always, and good luck next week, regardless of where we're headed.
All right. Thank you.
Head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Evans Motors post-game show. The Trojans win it again 43-0 here over the Osawatomie Trojans. We'll take one final timeout, come back and take a look at your final stats, and get out of here as the Trojans win it 43-0 over Osawatomie.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call's service as their trucks crisscross southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call's Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Back out here one final time here on the Evans Motors postgame show as the Girard Trojans win it here over the Osawatomie Trojans 43-0. They'll come in here one more time and kind of give your 2 cents on this one. But the Trojans do take care of business. As you go into next week, I have a sneaking suspicion we're headed to Galena. That's a team we've seen before, and a really good football team, probably one of the best teams in southeast Kansas. It's going to be a tough one, but the Trojans just dial it in and go to work.
Well, that's
regardless.
That's exactly what we have to do. We have to take the win. We have to enjoy the win on senior night. But we're going to have to come back and play some ball. And whether it's Galena or Frontenac or Caney Valley, it doesn't matter. We've got to go out there and show what we can do out on a field.
Let's take a look at your final stats here on this one. The Girard Trojans get the win 43-0. That's the only stat that really matters. Final stats are brought to you by the Bender on 7. Everyone's headed to the Bender for another great post-game celebration. Grab your friends and head to the Bender for that late-night snack and some fun. Bender on 7, Girard's newest and most favorite hangout. Dine in or carry out. Call 620-724-4860. Get a little extra time at the Bender because we get out of here a little earlier because of the running clock. Final stats for the Trojans really to look at. Chandler Humble, 11 carries, 89 yards in the ball game. Creed Curran, 12 carries, 52 yards. Ty Norris, 8 carries, 59 yards. Really good balance there across those three guys. And Ty Norris, he gets a little better. He had 3 for 3 in the second half, passing for 26 yards, 8 of 15 in the ball game for 119. So Ty nearing 200 yards and all-purpose yards for him in this ball game. We had the punt return for the touchdown, and Evan Troike had a good first half as well. And then that 62-yard catch Evan did. And in the second half, he had 2 catches for 16 yards. So Evan finishes the ball game with 84 yards receiving on not very many catches. 4 catches for 84 yards. That's a pretty good average per catch for that young man. And Shirtano had 19 yards on 2 catches in the ball game. Derby McReynolds had 3 carries for 7 yards for the Trojans. That's a look at your final stats brought to you by the Bender on 7. Again, keep track of us on Facebook. We'll have that posted later on tonight once we finally know where we're headed for sure. And regardless, we'll be back in action. It's a week from yesterday, Thursday night ball game coming up next week in the final game of the technically regular season. It's really the playoffs beginning in week number 9. Thanks as always to Susan Harris. Thanks to my partner Dale Shireman for hanging out here tonight. The Trojans get the win over Osawatomie 43-0. You have to watch it on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Hamilton Saporito in motion. Straight drop, Graham pumping. Double move, Derby McReynolds trying to get over there. And he does! What a recovery by Derby McReynolds!
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Larid Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drugstore, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, the Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, the Market 120, and the Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Two wide receivers near side. Curran in the slot. Chitano, the wide out. Norris going to throw it up. He wants Troike over the top. He makes the catch. What a throw! He threw it in the breadbasket of Evan Troike on a rope. What a throw from the 30 down to the 20.
You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.